Hi, good evening, Amit, and good evening to everybody watching us live on YouTube and other channels. So, we have a very interesting topic for discussing today with Amit. Amit, welcome to the show. So, we have a very interesting topic for discussing today with Amit.
Yeah. Thank you, Siddharth, and I'm so pleased to have you here.
Great.
Uh,
So, we are going to discuss about workplace automation and how this is going to impact employee productivity. So, automation is not a new buzzword, it's been around for quite some time. And organizations have been using automation in some form or the other. But now, the crux of the discussion is how do we automate routine tasks so that employees can focus on more strategic things, and at the same time organizations can get done more stuff, more productive stuff within a shorter span of time. So that's the entire objective of today's discussion. So Amit, over to you. I'm going to hand over the session to you. The first question that I have for you is, how organizations can boost productivity through digital transformation? Am I audible, Amit?
yes, you are. I just noticed that there is an echo or and a voice lag. So, can we continue or?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. So, thank you very much, Siddharth, for having me here, and I'm so delighted to join this conversation. So, as you have asked. Yeah. So, how do we do digital transformation? So, if you really look at this, is the age of digitization. Probably 5 years back or 10 years back, nobody would have thought that we would not require to have our wallets in a pocket when we go out in the market to buy something. But today is a reality.
Sure, go ahead, I can hear you.
And actually, it's been, I think, more than a year that I have not been to an ATM. So this is the sign of how the transformation is happening across the sector, across our lives, whether it is personal life or the corporate life.
Go on, I can hear you.
And hence, it is very important that most of the corporate organizations in India now adopt the tools and methodologies to, to digitize their business. And when we're talking about digital transformation, we're talking about not just buying few tools like CRM or getting some SaaS tools, but actually bringing in the way we work. So most of the research report that we have been seeing since last post-COVID scenario, we notice that the nature of work itself is changing. So and uh, and what so the way we look at office, like probably 5 years back or 10 years back, so we would go to work, by going to an office, work there, finish our work and come back. Now the whole concept of work is changing, and we as people who are into businesses or we are working, the whole nature of work needs to enter by adopting digital technologies, and that is what is made by digital. Over to you, Siddharth.
All right. Thank you so much, Amit, for the inputs. So, my next question to you is, you made a very interesting point. So, all this automation and the technologies that we are referring to make life simpler for employees and organizations to obviously boost overall revenues and top line, don't you think this is going to add to the overheads for the organization?
Uh, it is, see, adding overhead again. It depends uh, the need that of the business or the organization. However, one thing that we have to
Are you facing a technical issue, Amit?
yes, there is an echo and a voice lag that I observe.
Okay. I can hear you very clearly. You can still proceed.
Yeah, even I can hear you very well.
Sure. Would you like to continue or should we reconnect?
Uh, what do you suggest? I can continue. It's just that my voice might take. There will be a lag.
Sure. No worries. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So you talking about overhead. So one thing that we have to understand is that digital transformation and adopting digitization is necessary. It's not an option anymore.
Okay. But does it add to the overall cost for the company? So doesn't it finally affect the bottom line?
Actually, not. See, I'll give you an example.
Sure.
So there was one of my customer. He is a glass vendor, uh, typical SMB business of probably couple of crores of business, and he he had subscribed to this India Mart business option subscription where he would get the lead from India Mart on his emails.
Okay.
Now he would get nearly couple of hundred emails every day, and out of which only five six emails would contain the relevant needs leads that he would be we should be pursuing to grow his business.
Hmm. All right.
Now to get exactly find the relevant email from those stack of 200 to 300 emails, one of his staff would have to spend around 3 hours 4 hours every day to get the right lead.
Okay.
Now, what we did was we did a small automation, a small script, which would actually sit and run every 2 hours and scan those emails and just pick the right word or the right email, extract the data, relevant data, and put it into a spreadsheet.
Okay.
No human intervention required. All that he has to do is he has to look at that spreadsheet every couple of hours for the new leads. Now,
Hmm.
in this, you are saving 4 hours of staff's work. And
Hmm. Hmm.
calculate that with the salary that you are paying to that particular employee or a staff of 4 hours every day, and that is, in a month, if you work 5 days, that is nearly 80 to 100 hours that you are saving of your staff.
Okay. So a lot of money saved for the organization in terms of salaries paid for resources, and that
Yes.
obviously can be deployed somewhere else.
Correct. So the research, the study says that you can save 171 hours of work per year. That is 21 days of work per resource when you are adopting good digital.
Hmm. Okay, so that is one good example that you have given about using spreadsheet, a very simple tool like spreadsheet to automate a few tasks and the resource being deployed somewhere else instead of wasting time in front of the system maybe all the time. But what about other cases where there is an investment of maybe on assets, hardcore physical infrastructure? So is that also a possibility? Have you encountered cases where organizations have maybe ended up investing more trying to automate things, investing on infrastructure development? Of course, maybe in the long run that gets amortized. You're on mute, Amit.
So uh, what you are saying definitely makes sense. There are some organizations who would have invested in some legacy tools.
Hmm.
So there is definitely a middle path that we have to adopt. Whether where the existing tools are also taken care of, and the organization also has to be adopted. So that is where players like us, where we help organizations to go for digital transformation, automate their workflows using latest tools. So we really understand the existing tools that the customer is using, what exactly is their need, and then suggest and implement a solution.
Okay. And how is the transition happening, Amit? So, have you encountered cases where there has been a lot of resistance from the employees when newer systems are introduced in the organization? So, there is always a fear at the back of the mind with media always carrying headlines saying that automation is going to take away your jobs. So, when a new system, a new tool is introduced in the organization, have you encountered in any of your clients' places where there is strong resistance saying that we don't want this tool, we are happy with what we are doing?
Yes, it has happened a lot of time. Uh, just to give you that, people who are more than 40 now, they resist new technology.
Hmm. So we
So,
also fall in the same bracket.
yes, we fall in the same bracket. Yeah. So, see, if you look at it as a simple example, that most of the people who have been to work cloud for last 20 years, they are more comfortable with Outlook, the traditional Outlook. However, the newbies who have just passed out of college, they are more comfortable with Google Meet, they are Gmails of the world. They are more comfortable with SaaS-based tools, right?
Hmm.
Definitely we encounter a lot of resistance when there is a change of technology, because people are comfortable working on a particular set of tools or a software, and the transition which requires a certain learning path. There is a learning curve involved, and due to various time constraints, the pressure that they have to perform their daily jobs. So there is always this inertia of learning a new tool, and our job at the time, first of all, to communicate the value that the new adoption of this new tool or the new technology, how it is going to benefit productivity. That is the first important aspect that, when encourage organizations for the transition, we have to get a buy from everybody. So we speak to the stakeholders, we tell them, and we take a walkthrough of the future that is possible with the adoption of the new tools. And then we have hand holding exercises where we conduct hand holding sessions on the changes in how they can use the new tool to fulfill a particular objective. So, for example, if they want to manage a particular task, most of the people do know, or like for example, if I take the example of Google Workspace, now most of the people think Google Workspace just as an email solution, whereas it's a complete productivity suite. And some of the customers who have been using Google for nearly half a decade, they never knew that, oh, you can manage your tasks, your team's tasks. What we do is we do some training exercise, a couple of hours training, and then they realize the power of those tools. And once they know the power of those tools, they become happy and they invest their time in learning, and that's how they become.
Okay. So when you do these product trainings for your clients, for the employees, for the end users, do you also incorporate some kind of a session to reduce anxiety amongst employees? Because at the end of the day, they should not feel that with the reduction in the role, they are being undervalued in the organization. So do you do any such sessions along with your core product training?
Yes, that's a very valid point. But I have not seen that employees getting apprehensive about about the job security or that like their role might be redundant. In fact, employees are more enthusiastic to learn more tools because that adds value to their existing skill set. Right? And that is what we focus when we go for training the organization's people, that they get to understand the new tool, enhance their own skills so that their productivity level gets increased. So if they are working with an organization A, and if the organization is adopting a new tool, and those staff who are learning that new tool, that enhances their skill, right? So in a way, that also increases the confidence that yes, now we are aware of a new tool. And I have seen some of the people having very exciting to learn about these new things, and they realize that it adds to the effectiveness also, and also it allows them to innovate better.
Hmm. Great.
So, to answer your question, I have not encountered the issue of anxiety or apprehension. I have seen people are far more confident and more enthusiastic to learn more technology.
All right, great. So, what do you foresee? What is the trajectory going to be for automation, especially in the kind of products that you are offering? Where do you see this going in the next couple of years?
Yes. So first, what we are seeing is that the wider adoption of all the productivity suite. So there are three, four players who are the major players in the market who are offering the productivity suite, and that its adoption will definitely increase. That that will basically bring in a lot of collaboration and the, the adoption of the what is the remote working. So there are various research reports which point to the increase in the trend of hybrid work. Right? So more and more workers will be able to work from remote locations, work from home or whatever that they are comfortable with. And the organizations will have to adopt these kind of tools which allow the hybrid mode of work, because offering flexibility has to be one of the core that the organizations realize that they will have to offer to the employees. So these productivity and collaboration tools are going to be widespread, adopted in a very wide scale. That is number one that I see. Next, as you said, automation is going to be the next big thing. Given that now we are talking in the age of artificial intelligence and machine learning, we are in the age of ChatGPT 4, Bard, Google Bard. So the trend of digital tools which saves your time is going to increase. Now, automation So far, it has been the trend that automation, if you need an automation, you will have to employ a programmer or a software or a software agency to get your work automated. We are now moving towards something called as low code or no code development. Low code development is where you can create a program with a very little coding. And no code platforms are those that you can create your programs, you can automate your workload without writing a single line of code. You don't have to be a software engineer to build an application. So there are some platforms which are already in the market. There is a few platforms which are coming into the industry, into the market. There will be such platforms which will be very industry specific, where you can build and automate your workflows without knowing the coding. So that is what the trend that we are looking at. That automation workflows, it is going to be the norm. It is going to get wider adoption through this low code and no code platform.
Okay. That's great. So, Amit, would you like to share with our audience about what kind of products do you offer to organizations, and how it can help them? Maybe in quickly in another 2 minutes or so.
Sure. So we are primarily a data and cloud engineering company. We help organizations store their data, right? Because data is not just the new oil, but you can give all the adjectives that is you can give to a most precious object in the planet. So every organization is putting and investing heavily on how to store their data and manage their data. We offer solutions revolving around the data storage and data management. So we build customized boxes where organizations can store data on premises or they can store the data on cloud, and we offer solutions on both the aspects. Second, what we do is we offer backup as a service, which is basically data protection technology. Because having one copy of data is not enough. Your critical data needs to be stored at least three copies of your data at different locations. That is why data protection is the most important thing for every organization. A KPM survey said that in India, that only 30% of the companies protect their data, which is a very less. And actually, if you move the larger organization number, 35-30% number becomes single digit. So that of we could say the lack of fairness when it comes to data protection. And we have seen that in last couple of years, 90% of the businesses have been attacked by ransomware and other cyber attacks. So it is very necessary and pertinent that the SMB industry in India needs to invest in data storage and data protection technology. We as an organization, as a data engineering organization, we help organizations to store and protect their data, whether it can be on premises or on cloud, do it both.
All right. Thank you so much
We
for those
also
insights.
we also offer productivity and collaboration tool. We are authorized partners of Google Cloud, and Google Workspace is one of our major offerings where we help organizations boost their productivity. We also do automation of Google Workspace so that the workflows can be automated. The one example that I gave you, the glass vendor whose India Mart lead process we automated. We can also, for example, there's a warehouse who wants to just access the inventory. So rather than buying a complete ERP, what we suggest as SMB customers is that do not buy ERP. Rather, you can get your automation done using Google Workspace. So these kind of services that we offer where at a low cost, you can get your workflows automated. We do it on Google Workspace. And apart, finally, we also help companies, ed tech and the fintech companies to build their complete cloud story.
Okay. So one last question before we wind up. I'm mindful of time, Amit, and I know you have been very busy of late. So one last question for you: do you have any special offer for anybody who is watching us live right now?
Oh yeah, thank you, Siddharth, for taking that question. That's my most favorite question. Yes, we are conducting a full day workshop on Google Workspace. What we have observed is like the customers who have subscribed or who are using Google Workspace consider it as just as a payment solution. I give this a metaphor that you have bought a Mercedes only to play golf. Because Google Workspace is not just an email solution, but it's a complete productivity suite of 20 different applications. And a complete exploitation of that, complete usage of that can only happen if your staff is trained how to use it properly. And our experience is that most of the users do not know its full-fledged features. Hence, we are conducting a full day workshop on 9th of September from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Uh, in which we will cover all the aspects of Google Workspace and promise that you will experience at least 20 to 25% of effective engagement after this training. So this is a paid training. The listed price is 2499 per participant. But for this training, those who want to attend this training, for today the offer is giving a instant discount, and this is available at 1999. This is the amount, and I will be sharing the training, the payment link. This is only for this session itself. So if somebody wants to attend, they can register for the training right away till 10 p.m. Uh, and they can attend this training. I'll just post the link here in the chat box.
Awesome. That's great. When is this training, Amit? When have you scheduled it for?
This is on 9th of September. It starts at 10 a.m. in the morning. It goes up till 6 p.m. with intermittent breaks.
Great, fantastic. So I'm sure many of our viewers are going to find this very useful.
So, Siddharth, I have posted the training registration link. If you can just have a look,
Sure, I will do that.
if people can see the link.
All right. Anyway, so I will anyway circulate this link to all people who had registered for this session and who are also watching this live right now. So, Amit, thank you so much for taking out time on a Saturday evening, and thank you so much to all our viewers who have taken out time to watch us live right now. So that was a really, really informative session, Amit, and I'm taking away a lot of inputs today from you, and wish you all the best for your business.
Thank you very much, Siddharth. It is definitely a pleasure, and thank you very much for considering me inviting. I consider it as my privilege, and I hope I could have attended it, and I hope I had added value to your channel. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you.